Don't panic. There's no need to panic. Don't panic. Don't do it. Don't panic. Money stay mingling. I'm just getting started. Yeah, I'm trying to get the swing of things. You let it green, but you hate red. Stock's going down, but there's no need to panic. There's no difference. I finish all of your dinners. I mean, I'm taking your places. Don't mistake that you are beginners. You miss me. Rinse and repeat. It's Rich TV. You miss me. I'm the one. Jet Li. It's time that we get popping out. I ain't never stopping now. We have been here before. You should even shop around. You should buy a pair of boots. Hated is my something ground. This is how the market goes. It's round and round. One day the market crashes. The next day it goes up. That's the stock market, guys. There's no need to panic. I just mix it up like Shaka Khan. You stay chipping on his eyes like a soccer mom. And when it's on, I transform like Decepticon. I can tell your whole future looking at the devil's palm. You're too weak, bro. Cause you're looking at a 52-week low. These are opportunities to seize, yo. No peace, though. I don't cheat. I just move when I cruise to the G code. Markets are selling off. But there is no need to panic. I get money because it's all sweet. You looking at the real Wolf of Wall Street. I get money because it's all there sweet. Is no need to panic. This how the market goes. Round and round we go. Where we stop, we just don't know. Don't panic, don't panic. This is what they want you to do. Just sit back and watch the show. They want you to panic. Something has to be done about this. Mr. Attorney, this is what I pay you for. What can I do? Litigation it is. Get the wheels in motion. Quickly. ASAP. Quick. It kind of feels like deja vu because I've seen this happen over and over and over again. And over and over and over again. And over and over and over again. I continue to see this happen. I continue to see this happen over and over and over again. The markets sell off. They come back up. They sell off. They come back up. It's like a trend. I don't know. I think it's the stock market. It's just the way it goes. It goes up, it goes down. 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 I don't know why, but that's just what it does. And typically when it goes down, what you need to do is you need to identify the stocks that you really want at that point in time. And that's when you need to make your headshot. That is when you buy your stocks at the lowest point possible. You always want to buy the stocks at the lowest point possible. So if the stocks are down, don't panic. That's actually the time that you want to consider buying it. Now, last year this time, they did the exact same thing. Yo, what's up, Sam? How you doing, man? Last year at this time, they did the exact same thing. And it lasted all the way into July. In July, they exploded. The end of July into August. August, they continued their explosion until September. September, they continued their explosion until October, until legalization. Then They crashed again around October 15th. I remember like it was yesterday. And they stayed down from October 15th all the way until December 25th to 27th, which was another 10 weeks. And I remember in those 10 weeks, there was a lot of panic. And we actually made that song. Ill Kid made that song, Don't Panic, because I had seen the trend before. So then what happens in January? They all explode again. February, they still stayed strong. March, they weren't as strong as they were in January and February, but they still showed some strength. April, they started to slow down. Now we're into May and they're going down again. And not just the cannabis stocks, but the entire market. So you have to ask yourself, what is your game plan? How are you going to trade? If you're short trading, then right now you can pretty much short trade anything because the entire market's going down. If you're a long trader, then you're looking for your best companies at the lowest price. So what this really is a gift. It's a gift that is disguised in blood. It's a gift that's disguised in red. I know it's hard to understand, but when stocks are down, that's when you want to buy them. So right now, do your due diligence, do your research. Remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education, entertainment purposes. I'm not a licensed advisor. Do your own due diligence, do your own research. Don't invest in anything that we talk about on Rich TV Live. If you guys have any picks you want me to talk about, you want me to look at, please put it in the group chat. Comment down below. If you like this video, smash the like button. I don't believe there's any reason to panic. The stock market will always go up and the stock market will always go down. The question is, how do you maximize from the ups and the downs in the market? What is your plan? How do you intend to deal with a market meltdown? Are you accumulating the best companies right now? Are you momentum trading? Are you short trading? Are you options trading? Are you futures trading? These are all different types of trades. TTCM. I think TTCM is a penny stock, right? TTCM. TTCM, a penny stock at 0077 was up 48% today. Interesting. TTCM is a penny stock. Medman at 298. Yes, Medman is taking it on the chin. But is this not a buying opportunity for one of the largest players in America in the CBD and cannabis space? I believe MedMan is going to be one of the best opportunities for us to invest over the next 5 years in the cannabis space in America. Their share structure is good. They're priced right. I mean, if you look at the chart, it's unbelievable. They're at an all-time low right now. So as an investor, I mean, you got to be licking your chops. Yeah, they got management issues. Everybody talks about their management issues, but I mean, at some point, the stock will be undervalued. At some point, the stock will be underappreciated. At some point, the stock will be underexposed. I believe we're already at that point, but it just keeps going lower. Like if you look at the chart, it looks like it's fallen off a cliff. It's crazy. I mean, it's come down around April 1st, over 450, down to under $3 in Canada. So yeah, it's taking it on the chin. You gonna pick up some MedMen? Yeah, I think MedMan will be a gift at these prices. Anything under $3 seems ridiculously cheap. But looking at the chart, could go lower. It's got like the chart is showing just right down, straight down. So I have no idea how low this is going to go. It's going to be interesting to watch. Bitcoin's doing good. Well, if Bitcoin's doing good, you should consider looking at some of the Bitcoin related stocks. GBTC is under $10 now at $9.99. It was down 1.77% today. So when the markets are down, you got to really think about what is going to be your strategy. If you're a short trader, then right now you're making a killing. If you're a long trader and a momentum trader, it's going to be much more difficult right now to make money. But if you're a long-term investor and you're thinking long-term and you can look into the future, this is potentially the best time to invest because you're able to buy the best stocks at the lowest possible price. Now, I spent a lot of time watching Bloomberg, and on Bloomberg, they have a lot of analysts that go on there, and they said that right now we're going through a negative cycle. During a negative cycle, you're going to see everything go down. However, on the other side of the negative cycle, there will be a positive cycle. And the Federal Reserve banks of Canada and the United States are reducing interest rates and are trying to kind of cushion the economy to make sure it's not going to crash. So we have to think like what is going to be coming through the other side right now. So I believe we could see more selling pressure over the next 60 days. I would say over the next 2 months. So I would be very careful in the markets. Try to stay in cash. There will always be sneak attacks, but I believe that there's going to be a lot of downward pressure. Shorters are going to come out. You're going to see a lot of all the negative articles are going to come out. It's all going to come out now, right? So it's all going to come out now. So now is going to be the time when that stuff's going to come out. So just be aware and just understand like what it is, like what's happening and what's going on and what it is. So I want to make sure you guys understand what's happening and you are aware of everything that is happening in the market, because the reality is when the market is down, that is the best time to buy. I'm not telling you to buy. I'm not telling you what to buy and when to buy. But when the market is down, that is the best time to buy. It doesn't matter if it's houses. It doesn't matter if it's cars. It doesn't matter if it's stocks. Okay. When the market is down, that is the best time to buy. So you got to right now look for your headshots. Like now is the time to look for your headshots. Look for your best companies and try to get them as cheap as possible. Is it Canopy Growth? Is it Aurora Cannabis? Is it Amazon? Is it Tesla? Tesla is going down every single day. A lot of stocks are. So ask yourself, what is it that you're looking for? Let's take a look at Aurora. So Aurora is down to $11.10. Aurora is still up 32% in the last year. But we've seen Aurora go on a run, come back down, go on a run. They're starting to kind of come back down again. Is Aurora getting close to a buy at these levels? We have to think that Aurora is getting close to a buy at these levels. And Canopy, which is just a giant, and they've been consolidating too, like everybody else, down 3.17%. Let's see what. Yep. Down 2.91% in Canada, but still at $60.02. They're still very, very strong at $60.02. So I think the market still looks really strong. Like Canopy Growth is the biggest, most important company in this sector. Watch Canopy growth. If Canopy growth goes down 3%, all the smaller companies will go down 5 to 10%. If Canopy growth goes up 3%, all the other companies will go up 5 to 10%. Canopy growth is kind of like Bitcoin. It's like the measuring stick for all the other cannabis companies because they're the biggest. They're the best. Even though other companies might be trading higher, none of them can touch Canopy growth. Canopy growth has more money in the bank than anyone. They're buying companies with cash. Aurora is using their stock, which is forcing Aurora's price to get diluted because they have too many shares out. Their issued and outstanding shares is over 1 billion, which is creating selling pressure and drawing the price down. That's why Aurora can't go up. Canopy Growth isn't using their stock to acquire companies. They're using cash from the Constellation Brands deal, their $1 billion partner. However, Canopy Growth has about $8 billion in assets, in cash and assets, and Aurora Cannabis has about $5 billion in cash and assets. So Aurora isn't that far off. I'll be honest with you, Aurora isn't that far off. If Aurora was to get a partner like Canopy Growth did, it'd be game over. Like that's all that's holding Aurora back from being number one. And then they would need to buy all their shares back. If they started buying their shares back, that would be epic. I think we could see Aurora go right to $100. And that's the type of potential that Aurora has. And I believe that Canopy will be over $100. I believe that Canopy will go over $100. I believe that Aurora will go over $20. When, I do not know, but I suspect it'll be on the next big run. Probably on the next big run to edibles, which will be happening around mid-October. October 17th, 2019, we'll see edibles get legalized in Canada, which will be another huge catalyst. And I believe we'll have a huge run-up. And we'll see Canopy explode between now and then at some point. And we'll probably see Aurora explode between now and then because both of them are going to be heavily involved in edibles. Hugely involved in edibles. So we're going to see a run up. Now, in order for them to go up, they have to go down. So instead of panicking right now, we got to really look at all the stocks, all of our favorite stocks, and try to figure out what is the bottom. And if there's new bottoms that are being made, we need to anticipate and try to find where's the new bottom and try to buy those bottoms. And if we're patient and we wait for the next explosion, because it will come, because it always comes in the cannabis sector. It always comes. And it'll come again. And when the next big explosion comes, if you position yourself properly, look at the last explosion in January. The entire sector went up 50%. The entire sector went up 50%. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining me. Yes, Xena is listing on the TSX on Monday. I think MedMan is going to be a giant, and I believe that this negative news and management issues and selling pressure is nothing more than a buying opportunity disguised in blood. You gonna pick up some MedMan? I think Namaste is a buy. I really do. Try to get it as cheap as possible, but I think Namaste is a buy. I think anything under $1 for Namaste is a good price. I think Namaste is going to be a good company. I think they're going to make a lot of revenue. They've made some good strategic partners. They have a very strong balance sheet. They have very little debt. Let me take a look at Namaste's balance sheet here. Namaste is at 80 cents. It was down 8% today. Traded 2.6 million shares. Great volume. So Namaste made 3.93 million in the last quarter. And their balance sheet shows $71 million on their balance sheet. 5.37 million in liabilities. So 71 million in assets and 5 million in liabilities. Their balance sheet is extremely strong. They have a partnership in Pineapple Express, which is doing crazy amounts, thousands of deliveries. I think that their partnership and relationship with CanMart has enormous potential. Thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I think the sky's the limit for Namaste. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, somebody knows something. There's a reason why this stock has gone from like under 40 cents in Canada to over almost $1. It's back now to 80 cents. Like somebody knows something. I don't know who it is that knows that something, but somebody knows something. Yo, what's up, Frank? Somebody knows something about Namaste. We're not in the know. We don't know, but somebody knows. Justin from our community, he was telling us, and a lot of us didn't want to believe him because they were so beat up. Kind of feels like Medman right now. Feel like Medman, at some point, Medman is going to be stupid cheap. If it's not already stupid cheap, you know? There's so much potential there with Medman. So much potential there. So much potential there with Medman. I think Xena's a very good buy. I think Xena's a great buy. Xena has so much potential. What about Cannabis? You know, a lot of people were asking about Cannabis. You know, I don't know. I have to look into it more. I can't give you a real synopsis on it because I haven't really looked into it. But yeah, I think it has huge potential. Market crash 2020. I mean, markets are going to go up and down, but typically when the market crashes, it just kind of responds. It bounces right back. There's nothing new that the market's crashing. Markets go up and the markets go down, and the markets go up and the markets go down. And the wheel goes round and round, and people make money on the way up and people make money on the way down. But when the time is right and you can buy at the right moment at the bottom, that's how you can make a fortune. It doesn't matter if it's real estate, if you're buying houses, cars, baseball cards, diamonds. It doesn't really matter what it is. The secret to investing is to buy low, sell high. So instead of panicking when things are down, that's really the time to be buying and loading up. I think Afria is another great company at a low price. So many great companies that we've seen much higher, currently trading at a very good price. So many. Like look at Afria at $8.62. Wow. I mean, that's the lowest I've seen Afria in a really long time. So yeah, I think Afria is definitely a stock to watch. It's down 32% in the last year. Wow. Yeah, I think Afria is definitely one to watch. 100%. No, I do not short stocks. But on days like today, I kind of wish I did. Because the market is melting. And if you were shorting, you're making a lot of money. Congratulations to all the shorters today. I got no hate for shorters, man. Shorters make the markets, you know? The shorters make the markets, man. They make them. They make the markets liquid. They make these stocks trade. They have to buy them back to cover their short. So if they take a stock down, they make money by buying it back. Understand what a short is. A short is you sell it high and then you buy it low. That's a short. So if you're trying to short Xena, you're selling it at 175 and then you're buying it back at 155 and you make that 20-cent spread. That's a short. That's a short. And they'll do it all day long if the market is in this bearish tendency, this bearish channel right now. And I'm looking at it, and it's very bearish. But I think it's going to go lower. I think it's going to go lower because I've been looking at the chart lines, and I feel like it's still going to go lower. I just bought Labs. I wish, obviously, I waited till today. I bought it yesterday. Do I think Labs is a buy? I think Labs long term is going to be absolutely enormous. So I've started to accumulate Labs. I'm going to buy more. I really like the company. I like the revenue. I think that the company is going to be absolutely enormous. So I believe Labs is a buy. Could it go lower? Absolutely. It was trading at a 52-week high yesterday. So I'm not surprised that it's going down. I wish I waited a day longer to buy it. That's the markets, guys. Now I just have to wait. I mean, I wasn't planning on selling it anyways until it gets to at least $10. It went down a lot today. So obviously I wished I waited a day longer, but that's the game, man. That's the markets. What can you do? QCC Quadrant Canatech trending up, looking for a weekly lower high. Great buying opportunity potential. Keep watching. Yeah, we'll keep watching it. I like that company. Vivo is up slightly. They report on the 30th of this month. I want to hear some good news from them. Vivo is a giant. Vivo has tons of money in the bank. They're making money. They're just not making enough to really gain massive interest. But to be quite frank, they're grossly undervalued, underappreciated, and underexposed. And I believe that they are one of the best unkept secrets right now that the whole industry has, because they're a great company with tons of money in the bank, and they've got a great business, and they got great partnerships and strong management. They just don't know how to do anything with their stock. Straight up. They just suck at their stock. I call it like it is, man. Sorry, Vivo. I know you guys are watching. I can't call it like any other way. Like, some of you guys are good with your stock, and some of you guys suck with your stock. And I think as investors, if we're long-term investors, we got to really learn which are the good companies and which management knows how to do something with their stock. If they can't do anything with their stock, we need to be very careful, because we can get crushed. Because the shorters will look at these companies like fresh meat. And if they're not going to do anything to support their market or do anything to have a plan for their market, they will fail. They will get eaten alive every single time in the market, 150,000% of the time. And this is one thing I've learned from the market. It's just filled with just sharks. And we're just little pawns swimming in the market, trying to get a little bit of food. But, at the end of the day, they don't care about us. And they have their own plans, and they have their own agendas. And we just have to ride the waves and buy low, sell high. That's it. And everyone that buys low and sells high, whether it's stocks or houses, cars or jewelry or gold, they're the ones that make money, you know? And the people that panic sell and sell for a loss, they're the ones that lose money. And there's a lot of those people too. And they're usually the ones that leave the markets and say, I don't like the stock market, I lost money. And then they find out a year later, or 2 years later, or 5 years later, or 10 years later that the stock that they sold went up 1,000%. Happens every single day. That's the markets. I mean, yeah, this is what it is, right? This is the opportunity for us. Let's just wait, look for our favorite stocks, and try to find them as cheap as possible. Yeah, National Access Cannabis Corp, NACNF, down 3.92% today. Webull has them bullish on them, 100% bullish. The revenue has really grown to 12.19 million in the last quarter, Q2 2019. However, they did show a net loss of 4.25 million. Balance sheet shows 69 million in assets and 35 million in liabilities. So still showing pretty strong. Okay, guys, market crashed, but don't panic, okay? Stay strong, keep a level head, find your headshot. This is Rich from Rich TV Live. If you're not winning, probably not watching. We've seen these markets crash before. We've seen them go up and have crazy runs, and we've seen them go down and have crazy crashes. We've seen this before. We will see it again. There's no need to panic. Find your headshot. Find your headshot. You know, I have a song for you. Hold on. Find your headshot. Find your headshot. Find your headshot. Headshot, this that headshot. Headshot, this that headshot. Y'all can't do it like me, no. Y'all can't do it like me, y'all can't do it like me, y'all can't do it like me. Headshot, this that headshot. Headshot, this that headshot. Y'all can't do it like me, y'all can't do it like me, y'all can't do it like me, y'all can't do it like me. Y'all can't do it like me. Check it like a pair of Nikes. I keep it rocking, I'm stopping, I'm popping, I jump in a fresh white tee. Oh, so now you make songs? Now you wanna sing along? I bet you do it all wrong. I am a king and you are pawn. I've been talking about stocks, I've been giving out laughs. Find your headshot. Don't panic. No need to panic. Now you jealous and you can't stand it. Rich is being here, you ain't been there. Circle tight, yeah, you been square. It's time to open a letter. Hope you don't fall out a letter. I know you're tight. Stocks go up and stocks go down. I promise you that. Stocks go up and stocks go down. And they're going to go around. What your headshot means is when you're a stock investor, you're trying to buy a stock at your price. Buy it at your price. If it's going down right now, wait, be patient, get it as low as humanly possible. Don't rush it, be patient, because there's a lot of selling pressure. A lot of people are going to be panicking right now. A lot of shorters are coming out right now. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure. But who knows? Tomorrow the market could bounce back. Nobody knows. And it could go on a bull run. Anything can happen. One little tweet from the president can change everything. Okay? So, you know, I can't call a bottom right now because the market right now is heavily under pressure. So I don't believe I could call a bottom right now. You know, it's difficult to call a bottom right now when you know that summertime is coming. And, you know, we still got all of June. I feel like there's going to be more downward pressure. There will be sneak attacks. Stocks will always go up. However, today overall on the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange, it was like 3,900 declined and like 900 went up. I mean, that's a huge discrepancy. That's like 80-20. That's like 80% of the stocks went down and 20% went up. So that's a lot of selling pressure. Okay. So, you know, we have to recognize what's going on in the market and don't go against the trend. The trend is your friend. If you can stay in cash, stay in cash. If you can find a bottom and you've done the due diligence and you've done the research, take your bottom. Okay. Invest in the best companies because you deserve it. If you have the chance to invest in Amazon or you have the chance to invest in a penny stock, which one do you buy? I would always say Amazon because they're making tons of money and they're one of the biggest and best companies in the world. Now you're investing in the best. Why would you put your money into a penny stock when you could be buying Amazon? Let's talk about who's buying Amazon. Who's buying Amazon? Warren Buffett. So if you want to be like Warren Buffett, you need to think, okay, I'm going to buy the best company in the world. I'm going to buy Amazon. Now you're thinking like Buffett. So Amazon is $1,800 US a share. If you had $5,000 to invest, you could buy 2 shares of Amazon, or you could buy thousands of shares of a penny stock, or even millions of shares of a penny stock. It's always better to buy the Amazon. It's better to have 2 shares of Amazon than millions of shares of a penny stock, because chances are the penny stock will go to zero one day and Amazon will just keep going up because they are a money-making machine and one of the most powerful companies in the world. This is the way I want you to think as an investor. Appreciate your money and learn to accumulate the best companies in your portfolio. The best company in the cannabis sector right now, number 1, is Canopy Growth. Number 1. Canopy Growth is number 1. Okay. And I think Aurora Cannabis in the cannabis sector will be number 2 or number 1. They have that potential, but what is holding them back is they do not have the cash infusion that Canopy Growth does, and they have an issue with too many shares, which is diluting their stock and forcing the price down. Thank you guys for the likes. Because they have an issue with too many shares and a dilution problem with their shares getting forced down because they have too many shares, that could be the number 1 reason why Aurora is stuck in the mud. However, as a business that is growing, if they start to turn billions in revenue, which I believe they will, and if Aurora Cannabis starts to actually be profitable and not be showing losses every single quarter, I believe there's a chance that we see Aurora Cannabis trading way higher than where it is today. I believe there's a chance we see Aphria trading way higher than where it is today. I believe there's a chance we see a lot of the top companies, including Canopy Growth, trading a lot higher than where it is today. In fact, the fact that Canopy Growth is still at $60 in Canada during this bear market right now for cannabis stocks proves how strong Canopy Growth is. Because they're not cratering right now to $20 or $30. They're still holding strong. Absolutely. Canna Stocks Observer says, crash sucks, but could be a great time to add to current positions. That's the way we need to think if you're a long-term investor. Tax says, that shows today that weed and ACB were very resilient today. ACB still remains in 11 and weed in 60. Absolutely. They didn't lose much considering there was a massive sell-off. And it's the smaller companies that are taking the hit more than the bigger ones. Because what people are doing in this state of panic is they're probably pulling the money out of the smaller ones and they're buying Canopy Growth. They're buying Aurora as a safe haven. That's what people do. That's what people do. That's the way people think. It's like Bitcoin. Everybody just buys Bitcoin. They're like, okay, let me sell all the altcoins and let me buy Bitcoin. People are selling all the other cannabis stocks and they're buying Aurora and they're buying Canopy because they're thinking, okay, you know what? All else fails. At least I'm buying the best. So long-term, I'll be okay. Even if short-term it goes down, long-term, I'll be okay. That's the way they're thinking. And it's a good way to think because statistically, they have gone up over time. So if you believe that these are companies that over time are just going to keep growing, and you believe that the cannabis sector will just keep growing over time, which it has been predicted to just grow exponentially every year for like the next 10 years, then you have to assume that Aurora Cannabis and Canopy Growth will also go up. You just have to assume it. Yeah, Aphria will go up. Aphria will go up. Well, you never know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Aurora goes under $10. I mean, we've seen it under $10 multiple times. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes there again. That's a shorter's dream. But that would mean a buying opportunity for all of us. So as an investor who has bought Aurora many times, I would love to be able to buy Aurora again under $10. So Selfishly, as an investor, I wouldn't have too much of an issue with them going under $10. Yeah. Weed will stay around 60. Snoop Dogg says so. Yeah, and I think Martha Stewart does as well. Thank you guys for the 20 likes. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I know it sucks when the markets crash. I don't like it either. It's not good for my portfolio either. To be honest with you guys, I took a big hit today because I'm holding a lot of weed stocks. And even all my other stocks. I did have one stock that exploded today, MYT, Urban Tea. But other than that, yeah, I still did okay in some stocks, but overall, the cannabis sector just got obliterated. I bought MediPharm Labs yesterday. I fall in love with that stock, and I bought it yesterday, and it came down today, so that sucked. But I take it with a grain of salt. Just as an investor, it's just another day. And then if it goes down, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, let me buy another 1,000 shares, and let's just buy it cheaper now. That's all you can do. Canna Stock Observer says, I think the biggest USD stocks will eventually explode. Curaleaf, Acreage, MedMen. I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. What's up, Levon? Mario Nicola says, I sold some VFF Village Farms at a high today and got 10,000 Weed MD waiting for May 30th. That's very smart. We are all waiting for Weed MD to get their license. And a lot of members believe that will be a catalyst for Weed MD to explode. Yeah, Tesla just got smashed, and that is a shorter's dream right now. It's just going down every single day. You've been buying HARV and Ianthus? Yeah, it's the guys that have the most cannabis stocks right now are feeling the most hit today. But you know what? When they explode, it just makes these days that much more sweet. I remember in January when I was chilling on the beach and the markets just exploded and I was making a killing while chilling on the beach. And I was sitting here going, yo, this is why I invested months ago. So, as an investor, that's what we do, right? We got to buy low. So we can't be panicking right now. We got to look for our headshot and try to get as low as humanly possible. Oh, Leo the Landscaper, here he is. He is calling Weed MD tomorrow aftermarket license. So stay tuned. Let's see if Weed MD gets their gets their license tomorrow aftermarket, just like North did, which allowed North to have a huge explosion on their stock for one day in Canada and the United States. Maybe we get an explosion on Weed MD. However, because the market is so heavily oversold, it could dramatically affect the results. So stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Leo the Landscaper is saying, if not this Friday, next Friday. Lorenzo is saying Canopy, Rivers, and MedMan loading up here in LA. Yeah, man. Load up, man. Those are two good ones to load up on at two good prices. TAC is saying, I think tech stocks are getting hit harder than cannabis. Well, I think everything is getting hit hard right now. Oil is getting hit hard. They're saying there's reserves of oil right now. They got more oil than they need. One day they say they don't have enough oil. The next day they got too much oil. Like, come on, man. Who knows? Who knows? At the end of the day, we need to look for the best companies and buy them at the lowest prices. That's it. Keep it simple. And if you're shorting, hey, congratulations, man. I got no hate for you guys. I hope you guys win too. If you're longing, look for your best company at the lowest price. Now's the time to really be hunting bottoms. I'm going to be doing that as well. I've bought some stocks that I think are at bottoms. I've been buying some stocks like Labs was more of a momentum play. Clearly, short term, that was a bad decision. Hopefully, it turns around. I believe it will, based on their revenue, based on their growth model, based on all of the partnerships and all the news that they've been putting out there. However, you never know. I've been watching the short report, and Lab's got like 40 million shorts. So who knows? At the end of the day, we never really truly know where the market's going to go. Only the market makers really truly know where they're going to take it. We're just playing a game within their bigger game. And hopefully, as a community, we just get better. And when there's something making a move, we know about it. If something's really down and we think it's good, we can talk about it. That's the beauty of this community. It provides us with a platform to have a voice. So if you guys have a company that you think is good, you can let me know about it. If I buy it, I'm going to let you know. It's that simple. I talk about a lot of stocks here. I don't buy them all. I wish I could. I think one day I will, but I'm just not there yet. But I'd love to get to the point where one day, every time I talk about a stock, I got skin in the game. Maybe one day, a man can dream. I think there's so many good companies, and I'd love to be able to own them all. And in times like this, when everything is red, it's like I wish I could just buy everything. So as an investor, this is kind of a blessing in disguise. And I want you guys to really recognize that. This is a blessing in disguise for us. We can buy, our houses cheaper if the markets are down. We can buy our stocks cheaper if the market is down. The key is to find the great companies with strong management in hot industries that are down, that have the potential to explode. And I think if you stay in your lane and you find a few of those companies and you position yourselves in them and you stay patient, like we've seen a lot of our members do. I've done it on many occasions. I've seen, obviously, people like Warren Buffett have done it their whole lives. When you invest in good companies and you think long-term, you can make a killing. So right now, it really is a good time to position yourself in a lot of stocks. So love to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Share these videos everywhere. Please smash the like button. Thank you for everyone who has hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Love the community here. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. Market crash, May 23rd, 2019. It won't be the last crash, but there will be more explosions coming too. Stay tuned. I'm out. Peace.